A night of betrayal and redemption. Hey everyone, I'm Sophie, 25, and I work in HR for a small startup that's been running for just under 2 years. Including the husband and wife duo who own it, we've got about 20 employees. Last week, we threw our annual company party at a swanky restaurant, organized by my boss's wife. More than half of us are Gen Z, so you can bet we went all out, long dresses brushing the floor, 8 or 9-inch heels, looking like a bunch of glamorous heiresses. The night was supposed to be about year-end awards, bonuses, and some epic karaoke. But trust me, it turned into something way more unforgettable. The party was buzzing when my boss called my name for an award. "Sophie Miller," she shouted. I was about to step up when Emma, our tiny accountant, practically threw herself at me. "Sophie, oh my God, I just saw James in the lobby with some girl." They were all over each other, arms linked, calling each other honey and stuff. She was losing it, acting like she was the one being cheated on. But here's the twist, James is my husband. He'd told me he was on a year-end business trip out of town. So why was he in the restaurant lobby with another woman? My throat tightened. "Are you sure it was him?" I asked, praying she'd gotten it wrong. Emma nodded like a maniac. "Dead sure. I see his face every day in that wedding photo on your desk." My legs shook in those ridiculous heels, and I wanted to sprint downstairs to see for myself. But before I could, my boss's wife, Rachel, grabbed my arm. "Sophie, where are you going? Get up here and take your award." I hesitated. This was the company party, I'm HR, I had to keep the show running, especially the talent segment later. But all I could think about was James with some mystery woman, laughing it up. I didn't have to choose. Emma blurted it out loud enough for the whole room to hear. "Boss, forget the award, Sophie's got a crisis. Her husband's out there with his mistress right now." She yelled it like she wanted the entire restaurant to know I'd been betrayed. I'd only been married 6 months, and almost everyone here had danced at our wedding. Now they all knew James was cheating. Talk about a punch to the gut. Emma kept going. "I got one of the sales guys to tail them. They just jumped in a cab, our guys tracking them. Sophie, we've gotta go." By then, I didn't care about the party. "Rachel, I'm so sorry, I need to step out," I said, practically begging. The marketing team went wild, some cursed James, others banged the table, calling him a loser. Lily, the sales lead, grabbed her purse and yanked me toward the door. "Hurry up, girl. 1 second too late, and they'll be in bed. I told you he was shady from day one." Rachel didn't just let us go, she rallied everyone. "Whoever's in, you're getting an extra bonus. My husband's bringing the car around, we're all going." She even offered to cover cab fares for the crew. We piled into cars, following the sales guy's GPS pings. We ended up at a seedy motel across town. Rachel rolled up her sleeves, taking charge like the boss she is. "All right, team, one group stays downstairs to block the exits. The rest, come with me and Sophie. Lily, you're filming, let's make these cheaters regret this night." We stormed inside. Before the desk clerk could open his mouth, Rachel slapped a wad of cash on the counter. "Take this and let us up, or we trash this dump and shut you down. Choose quick." The guy paled, pocketed the money, and handed us the room key without a word. We crept upstairs, my heart pounding. I held the key, but my hands trembled, I wasn't sure I could face what was inside. Rachel snatched it, unlocked the door, and charged in, dragging me and the team with her. There they were, James and some woman, tangled up in bed, caught in the act. The sounds, gross, wet noises and awkward gasps, hit me like a slap. We all froze for a split second. Then James saw us, yanked the blanket up, and shouted, "Who let you in? Get out." Lily stepped forward, iPhone in hand, filming like a pro. "Say cheese, you dirtbag. Hey, homewrecker, did you know he's married?" No single guys left to latch onto? I couldn't hold back. James, this is your business trip? How many times have you lied to me? I screamed, tears streaming down. He fumbled with his pants, stammering, "It was a mistake, she seduced me. Trust me, babe." But the woman smirked, sitting up like she owned the room. "We've been together 5 months. He loves me. Says he can't stand looking at you." That broke me. Rachel leapt in, slapping James hard across the face. Emma ripped off her heel and hurled it at the mistress, shrieking like a banshee. The team went nuts, some swung purses, others grabbed karaoke props and started whacking her. "You think you can steal a husband and play innocent? Take this," they yelled, tearing her dress for good measure. I stood back, too stunned to join in. James tried to shield her, but Rachel and the sales guys pinned him down and roughed him up. I grabbed Lily's phone and held it up. "James, we're done. Divorce, now. I've got proof, so don't even try keeping a cent for her." The team cheered as I stormed out, leaving the mess behind. Back at the restaurant, everyone acted like it was no big deal. They dug into the food, replayed the video for laughs, and toasted to the real talent show. Rachel pulled me aside. "Forget that jerk. I'll hook you up with some hot guys, way better than him." I managed a smile. That night, when James crawled home begging, I threw divorce papers in his face. No second chances. The date that cost me cash. "Hi, I'm Ava, 24, an office worker in Hanoi with a decent paycheck, just enough to scrape by. A while back, I matched with Ethan, 25, on a dating app. His profile pic was sharp, and he seemed chill over text, so I didn't ask about his job, felt too nosy. We planned a low-key date, a walk around Westlake, some snacks, and coffee. I spent over an hour getting ready, cute dress, fresh manicure costing 300,000 VND. I wanted to impress. When Ethan pulled up downstairs, I was thrown. "You Ava?" he asked. I nodded. "Yeah, but I didn't order a ride." He grinned awkwardly, pulled down his mask, and said, "It's me, Ethan. Had a last-minute gig, didn't have time to change. Didn't want you waiting." There he was, in a bright green delivery uniform, on a matching electric scooter. I'm not judging, work's work, but I didn't sign up for this. I almost bailed, but before I could speak, he patted the seat. "Hop on. Hold tight, we're off." He'd mapped the route, so I climbed on, mortified. As we zipped along, he wouldn't shut up. "This job's perfect, no girls stealing me away. I can take you all over Hanoi." I nearly choked. Was this a date or a taxi ride? He kept going, oblivious. "Started this gig a few months ago. Everyone says I'm friendly, what do you think?" I mumbled something polite, but inside, I was screaming. He wasn't reading the room. We grabbed coffee and pastries by the lake, and he launched into delivery horror stories, rude customers, late nights. I nodded, sipping my drink, ears buzzing from his chatter. When the bill came, he offered to pay, but I insisted on splitting it. If this wasn't going anywhere, I didn't want to owe him a dime. He agreed, though I could tell he caught my drift. On the way back, his scooter died halfway, typical. I called a friend to pick me up. While we waited, he hit me with, "So, you're not into me, huh?" I froze, then said, "I just don't think we vibe, that's all." I thought that'd end it, clean break. "Nope." He smirked. "Well, I drove you around all night, so how about $2 extra? Half price, I'd charge more on the app." I was dumbfounded. He was billing me? I dug out the cash, handed it over, and walked off. He yelled, "Call me if you need a ride, still half off." Unreal. A stepmom who became my hero. I'm Chloe, and my world flipped at 8. I had a perfect family, dad was a doctor, mom ran a business. Then, out of nowhere, they divorced. It happened so fast I couldn't process it. Mom moved out, and I stayed with Dad. She visited at first, but after 6 months, she ghosted me. I later found out she'd started a new family, new kid, no time for me. That left a scar. 3 years later, at 12, Dad brought home Grace, a soft-spoken, pretty woman 8 years younger than him. I hated her instantly. A stepmom? No thanks. Everyone says stepmoms don't care about their husband's kids. I fought it, but months later, they quietly got married, no big ceremony, just a registry thing. Grace asked Dad to keep it simple for my sake. I didn't care, I wanted her gone. Living with her was war. I ignored her, trashed the house, hung out with friends all day, anything to drive her out. My grades tanked, too. One night, I came home late, expecting Dad to yell, he's strict about school. But Grace stepped in. She was at a study group, long day. Go change, dinner's ready, she said, grabbing my bag. Dad bought it, and I dodged a lecture. She didn't rat me out about my grades either, she even covered for me at parent-teacher meetings. I couldn't figure her out. She started tutoring me nightly. I used to teach college, she'd say, but I didn't care, I barely listened. Then she suggested I get checked for learning issues, which ticked me off. I buckled down just to prove her wrong, and my grades shot up. Things shifted. She cooked my favorite meals, gave me advice on teenage drama, quietly, never pushy. I noticed, even if I didn't admit it. Then, in 10th grade, I fell from the school's second floor, don't ask. I woke up in the hospital, head bandaged, arm in a cast. Dad said Grace had cried non-stop since the call. Turns out, she'd saved me, donated blood, a rare type we share. She stayed by me, feeding me, helping me bathe. I finally said, thank you. She smiled. My blood's in you now. Are we family yet? I nearly cried. Later, I learned she'd given up having kids because of that transfusion. She and Dad hid it so I wouldn't feel guilty. When I chose to stay in Vietnam over studying abroad, I started calling her Mom. She's more than that now, I owe her everything.